And we're live? Okay. Hello everyone. I'm Leemyy and this is Axiom Verge 2 and welcome to ASA. I think I'll get right into the run and then I'll explain a bit more because the start is a bit slow. Alright, so right now we're arriving in Antarctica. We're playing as Indra. I'm not even gonna attempt to pronounce her last name. And we're looking for our daughter, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I looked at the intro scroll. Anyways, first up we go to the left and I mess up my menuing in order to get the ice axe. I'm gonna need this in a second to clear some boxes out of the way. And our next order of business is going to be to head upstairs in order to turn on the breaker. As you can see, it's currently rather dark inside, with only Indra's flashlight there to light us the way. But that is about to change. Oh. No, oh god, don't start new. That would be bad. Alright, now that we've turned on the power, we can go through this secret doorway and open this gate and go through. Here I can actually do a small trick. By ducking under the gate, I can get through slightly more quickly. That's kind of... well, besides the save reloads, that's kind of the first little speed tech in this run. And now we just have a bit of walking to do. In order to find out where we've just been brought to. As you can tell, this is no longer the place that I was just at before. This is in fact an entirely different world. This is no longer Earth. We are now in Kiangir. I will not be picking up the compass, even though it does not slow me down. But it does obscure my screen somewhat, and I don't want that. Right here, the water starts rising, and we're forced to drown anyways. So I'm going to go over here and get stuck on this wall in order to drown a bit more quickly. Remember to stay hydrated, by the way, everyone. Right about now, you're gonna hear a shattering sound. There it is. That is me getting the first arm. Arms are kind of ancient technology weapons that have been stored on this planet in urns. This one is called Amashidama, and it actually allows me to jump one block higher than I was able to before. I can now jump 3 tiles high. Before my max jump I was 2 tiles. I can also now breathe underwater, so no more drowning. I guess that's also probably helpful. Next up I have to hide all the way down here in order to find the second weapon-ish. I mean, I guess technically it's a weapon. I never use it as a weapon, because as you might have seen there, most of the enemies in this game do not deal contact damage, at least the ones in the overworld. And I'm hardly ever going to go into the breach. So all I really need to be worried about is direct enemy attacks and projectiles. And since none of the enemies are required to be beaten, yeah, I can mostly just ignore them. As you can see, I picked up the boomerang. That allows me to hit switches. It also allows me to collect urns from afar like this, which saves a bit of time. And it also has a slightly more special property that I'm gonna get into later, because it's gonna become more obvious then. But now, whoops, that's not how that's supposed to go. That's fine. We just picked up Sheshkala, which allows Indra to grab ledges, like I just did. So we can now climb over this glacier and make our way over to the left. And for the next minute or so, I'll just mostly be walking and jumping left, so... yeah. Enjoy the beautiful music, I guess. Sadly, we passed through most of the area so quickly that you never get to hear the full track in the run. But hey, you can fix that. You can just pick up the game yourself. It's actually gonna come out on Steam in August, if I remember correctly. So yeah, if you've been waiting for the game to come out on Steam before you pick it up, you'll have the chance in about a month. Right there, I used my boomerang to bump that rolling mine out of the way so that I could jump up without it interfering. And now I am going to pick up our next item. Have to do slightly different strats here because this keyboard does not like me. Whoops. There we go. Yeah, this purple circle you can see around me right now, that is the next item. It allows me to hack certain enemies and platforms like this. Every enemy kind of has a different possible hacks. Most of them have like a basic hack that allows you to disable the enemy or make it your ally. Oh god. Okay, I didn't get knocked off, that's what I was worried about there. But most of the time we don't really need the hacks on the enemies. We do need to hack a few platforms along the way though. And in other categories, the ally hack is actually used not really because it's helpful to have an enemy be your ally. Most of the enemies die rather quickly to other enemies as soon as they turn an ally. But they can no longer damage you if they're your ally, which is very useful in some cases. Right there I picked up the next item, the drone. This is actually a very versatile item. Amongst other things, it allows me to jump over here, toss it to the left, and whoop! There was no momentum there. I think I popped it too late. Ah, that's fine. So when you throw the drone, usually it's supposed to inherit that momentum, like so. And as you can see now, the drone went way further over that wall, which now allows me to get over to this checkpoint, which I am not really supposed to reach yet. And after recalling the drone and saving and quitting, I can respawn at this save point as Indra, which effectively allows me to skip 2 items that I would usually be expected to pick up. One of them I will get later, but the other one I'll just never pick up. Coming up, we'll actually see the third boomerang tech that I kind of alluded to earlier. Right here I'll be throwing the boomerang up, and now I'll be directing it to the left. So the way this works is, you'll see the boomerang come back from the top left. The way that works is I can hold position lock and then I can steer the boomerang as it's on its way back to me. And now we're coming up on the most difficult trick in the run. Let's see if I can get this first try. Nah, I was slightly late. So as soon as I enter the room, I'm doing a specific sequence of inputs in order to manipulate that balloon enemy into giving me a damage boost at a specific point. And then I have to kind of look out for its attack animation and jump at the right moment. Oh, what? Okay, Indra did not like to grab the wall there. That's fine. That's why I took this save point. Because this is definitely the most difficult trick in the run, so failing this is certainly expected. Oh! Come on, Indra, why did you grab the wall there? So yeah, if she grabs the wall there, that's because I jumped slightly too high, but when she grabs the wall, she'll no longer receive knockback from the enemy, and I need that knockback in order to set me up properly. Oh. I can also not take damage, because otherwise I just die to the enemy's attacks instead of receiving a damage boost. No. I almost restarted again. And there's no confirm option when you accidentally hit start new. It's kind of scary that I did that twice already. This should be the last quit out of the run though, so after this, that should no longer happen. Oh man. Yeah, while we're waiting for me to get this, we can get a donation.
Leo Kedron donated $10. All hail the trout. Dehydrate the humans.
Yeah, that is a reference to our banter earlier in the practice room. Oh. Another donation it is, I guess.
Leon Macher 106 donated $20. Let the trouts reign supreme. All humans will be dehydrated with our giant robotic dehumidifier.
What the hell, guys? What? I swear this is possible. I was getting it first try, twice in a row earlier. Please, just let me through. I have the entire second half of this run to show off. Oh, that's not gonna work. You know, this would take a lot less time if it wasn't for the respawn animation taking 15 seconds every time. We're gonna get there. I promise you. I still believe. Making this look real difficult right now. I mean, it's not easy, but it's not that difficult. I keep being high for some reason. That's the third time I was 1 pixel high. And I'm not sure why. Again? What? Am I messing up my setup? But it worked earlier on this PC. I'm a bit confused right now as to what's going on. Okay, there we go. No, what? What? Why did I take damage twice? twice. Okay, welcome to hell, everybody. We're just gonna stay here for the rest of our lives. Oh god, I forgot that I have to... So yeah, the reason the enemy wasn't in the same place there is because the game always remembers the last room you were in and keeps the enemies in the same place. Which is why I've been quitting out every time there. Okay, please don't do this again to me. Alright, there we go. Screw that enemy. I've never had it damage me twice like that before. Obligatory, that has never happened before, I guess. Oh boy. Okay, I did not screw up this jump. We're officially free of that enemy now. Oh, please give me that item. Alright, we're finally picking up our next item. This is Leemyy. It allows me to reveal hidden portals like this. I'll just have to quickly get into this short section of the breach. This soundtrack, this song that you're hearing right now for like all of 5 seconds is actually from an earlier game of Tom's, the developer of Axiom Verge and Axiom Verge 2, called Orn, if I remember, and the track is also called Orn in the game's soundtrack. Now I'm gonna bait this enemy over here. I'm gonna wait for it to be in position and then hack it to turn into a platform so I can climb up onto it. And now I'm gonna attempt to do the same thing here and succeed. Okay. I guess the game has decided to take pity on me and won't make me lose any more time. Alright. We have now entered the 4th area, I wanna say? Urum Valley. Sadly, the beautiful soundtrack is getting slightly drowned out by a bunch of turrets firing at me incessantly. But I swear it's beautiful. Oh, whoop. Right there I performed an animation cancel. The item I just picked up is the fast travel ability, by the way, which is why I can now travel back to this save point that I unlocked earlier. Now I'm gonna bait this enemy, I'm gonna jump on top of it, and I'm gonna turn it into a platform to get all the way up here. Those platform enemies, they have collision even before you turn them into a platform, but they don't really have traction, so you can't walk on them until you... Oh god, that drone wanted my blood. What the hell? What is going on with this run, please? Okay. Game's really making me work for it. Oh, wrong button. I'm gonna do some cleanup. I'm gonna travel back here, and I'm gonna pick up Gudana, which is an item where I was supposed to get way earlier. Right after I got the drone, you might remember me tossing the drone to the left and safe quitting out to teleport to a specific checkpoint. This is one of the 2 items that I skipped by doing that. I will still be needing this item though, so I'm coming back here now that I have more power-ups in order to get it a bit more quickly. Also, I'm gonna come down here in order to unlock another save point that I'm gonna fast travel to in a little while. Say hello to the steam worm. I am not entirely sure as to its purpose, but I can only speculate that it is here to clean the water. Also, shout out to the local marine wildlife. Except for birds, fishes seem to be the only living things in this world that have survived the robot apocalypse. So yeah, the item I just picked up, Gudana, is that explosion. As you can see, I can use it to make big rocks fall down. It also does a lot of damage, which I'll be using in a bit. Right there, I performed another animation cancel, so we don't have to wait for me to actually pick up this next item, which is Hanuman. It allows me to switch between the drone and a human form like this. It also has the minor negative side effect of me no longer having an actual human body to return to, but, you know, details. I'm sure Indra is fine. Aww. There we go. Oh god, this enemy wants my blood as well! Why? Okay. Crisis averted. I don't know what it is right now with all the enemies wanting me dead. That enemy is always there and wants me dead, but luckily Gudana makes quick work of it. Oh yeah, I kind of neglected to mention what I actually did there. Oh no, please take up the item. So what I did there is I threw the boomerang up, I fell down all the way, and then I redirected the boomerang to the right and down in order to hit a switch that was off screen. Which opened up the laser gate that was blocking my path to the right. Usually that is supposed to be a return path, like a shortcut. But I'll be doing the same trick here. As you can see, there's another laser gate there blocking my path. Yeah, blocking my path. That is how you English. Man, I actually got this one first try. So I hit that switch you can see right next to me there. All the way from up there, which is why I had to climb all the way up in order to make sure that the boomerang is actually far enough away from me to be able to reach it. Because the way that the boomerang steering works is you can redirect the boomerang as it's returning to you, but you can never make it go further away from you. So if you want to hit a switch that is far away from you with the boomerang, you will have to first get the boomerang far away from you. And usually the way we do that is by throwing the boomerang in one direction and then walking the other, or even falling, because falling is kind of the quickest form of movement we have. Now after that short breach section out of the way, we have reached the vault. Here you can see our old body, which we have left behind, kind of possess this big war machine. Don't worry about it. I think, yeah, I'm sure it's not a problem. It's not gonna come back and haunt us or anything. It's fine. So yeah, if that didn't make a lot of sense, just play the game. It's gonna be out on Steam in like less than a month. And it's really good, especially the music. Just do it. And if you don't want to buy the game, maybe feel free to donate to the event. I hear if we raise, what was it, 150k? 150,000, Adenal is gonna shave his head again, and I'm gonna press the wrong buttons again. You don't have to donate for that, I'm going to do that for free. Okay, I'm not sure why I didn't take that save, but I'm sure it's fine. What could possibly go wrong? Nothing ever goes wrong here. No! It's fine, you can't really fail this fight. It's just gonna take a while. You know, what's an estimate anyways, except a time to be completely ignored and... Oh, if I attack the right way, that would help. Hey, now you're gonna see some more applications of boomerang steering. If I can actually hit the enemy, that is. Please. No. Oh. So yeah, the health here doesn't actually matter, you respawn. Please, no! Go down! Come on. So yeah, there's a respawn point right here. Usually I'm not supposed to be fighting this fight, but I just had to open my mouth and talk about how I never fight. Holy sh! Just steer the boomerang into the enemy. So yeah, this fight is kind of a bit annoying when you respawn, because you can still get attacked while you're respawning. Come on, please. Boomerang, please work with me here. Why are you not cooperating? There we go. No, hit the switch before it goes back to... Oh no, oh no. I was not fast enough. Why does it... Okay. So yeah, fighting the enemy down here is actually way easier, but... Oh, come on. But the problem is, if I fight it down here, then I'm gonna be far away from the switch, and as you just noticed, if I'm too slow to hit the switch, after stunning the boss, I have to do the whole thing over again. Come on. I'm not gonna hit it now, because it's... Nope. Actually, this is... No. I should have just taken the save. Oh, come on, why do you have to go so far away? Get closer. Also, just take damage. Thank you. Screw you. I hate this fight. So what I was supposed to do there is hit all the switches before the boss has a chance to get to them, which would completely skip that fight you just saw. But of course, that's what I didn't do. So you got to see me do the fight instead. You're welcome. Oh, come on. Alright, time is coming up, by the way. Just as soon as it fades to black after I reach the top. Alright. Time. I mean, that was a run. Just for reference, my record in this category is 20 minutes. I hope everybody had a fun time anyways. Yeah, check out the game if you liked at all what you saw, or if you like the music. Shoutouts to Maragon for helping me route a lot of this game. And I hope you have a great time with the rest of the event. I'm not gonna hold you up much longer. I think I've done enough damage to the schedule.